Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night with what did we call it? TKF.
TKF.
And
Yeah.
T's not here yet. I don't know where he's tonight, but he will be with us.
Yeah.
Floyd, what are you drinking? You're having some.
It's dry, but you can drink it.
Okay.
I think we'll end up in hospital faster than Corona, mate.
I know.
Kgofu's having.
You're making me cough, Kgofu.
I'm a whiskey man. I love whiskey, so that's what I always have. You know what I mean?
I think it goes with where you live, Kgofu?
Yeah, it's. I need to be ready just in case if I need to, just shoot people. Never know with these riots and stuff.
Need to embrace your inner Scotsman.
Yeah.
So there's actually quite a lot of stuff I like to talk about tonight, and I hope Themba joins us because he's got a project that I think just launched that I'd like to help him with down here in the Cape, and it's a really cool one. But I'd like him to tell us about it. But while we're waiting, let me check in with you guys. How are you doing? Hi to Wilson in the comment section and everyone else. Floyd, Kgofu, how are you guys? How's 2 weeks been since I last sat down with you?
It's been okay. It's been rough. The usual, trying to keep everything together. And then just, trying to sort of survive, with this Corona thing, you're just sort of pretty much surviving. Unfortunately, I lost a friend of mine on Monday, a very close friend. So yeah, that's been a bit of a bummer. But otherwise, I mean, we're surviving, we're pushing, trying to make things work, make sure that we pitch every Thursday for the broadcast. You know what I mean? It's always important to have something to look forward to, and this is one of those things,
Unlike someone who bailed on his mates for 2 weeks.
Yeah, busy doing tactical shoots and night shoots,
It's not a problem, Gideon. So you were not in a pub or a shebeen for the past 2 weeks. You were working.
Hey, we haven't seen pictures of these shoots that he's talking about. So I'm gonna go with the fact that he was in a pub somewhere until I see the proof.
And it's not. It's this platform related. Whatever that you've been doing. So that is that. So I'm not really worried. Yeah. So excuse me, guys. I'm in the kitchen today. Yeah. So.
No, it's all good. Kgofu looks like he's in the super professional office background there.
It's my new office, actually.
He's at the Protea Hotel, the one in Melrose Arch.
Yeah, just now my mistress might just come in the back and I'll be like, shoot, come on, get away. Can't you see I'm on the TV here?
Yeah. As for me, it's been good. It's been all work, no play. But yeah, I was looking towards for the show, and I've been like, once you send the link, I sent it to guys to say, we'll be on. And I saw Themba posted it, and I forwarded his messages, just shared with amongst friends and everyone, and sent guys the link to say, hey, we're on, but I think tonight's going to be very interesting, like the stuff we discussed the other day, Gideon, and some of the stuff that I saw today. So it's very, very interesting. There was a guy in his Toyota, I think it was a Fortuner today. I was driving behind in the Randburg area. And it's good to mention these things. Maybe the guys are on the platform themselves, So on the back of his Fortuner, he had a Glock sticker. And then he had a 7 Vega sticker. So the speakers, it's the speakers at 7 Vega. I'm a sound guy. I love my sound. And I saw the Glock sticker. And I was like, wow, this guy knows his stuff. And he was driving a Toyota. I'm a Toyota fan. And I was like, this is the guy. So it could be it, So
you could have hijacked him, A pair of 7 Vega speakers in a Glock is very expensive. I'm just saying, just putting it out there,
So True. So I tried driving next to him, and he was on his phone. I could see he was not looking, and I didn't want to hoot and say, "Hey, brother, beautiful sticker, yeah, yeah,
I'm a big sound guy myself. I need to mention,
yeah,
but I'm more of a Rockford type of guy.
yeah."
I love
Rockford
my
Force Gate,
Rockford.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But I also do a lot of home audio as well. I consider myself an audiophile. I collect records. Gideon
You are
knows.
an
I listen
audiophile.
to a lot of jazz.
I can state that for the record for anyone who doesn't know Kgofu. He's not so much an audiophile as someone who needs help with this
Yeah.
audiophilia.
It's
It's
as if it's not bad enough that I love guns. I just had to add something else, on top of
something
that.
more expensive. One of the few things out there that's more expensive than owning and running guns. There
That's
you
why I
go.
can never afford to shoot, eh?
Yeah, even sound is expensive. You get these things. They don't come cheap. Like for myself, I've got sound in the bathroom. I've got sound in my bedroom. I've got sound in my lounge. And like it's stuff that you cannot play with. That's me. And even if you were to have guns in every room of your house. Don't tell anybody.
Hey,
Have a
man,
gun in the have a
Floyd
gun
is
in
the
the
that's not
first
kitchen.
what you
person
missed.
I know that has sound in his bathroom. That's amazing.
I do.
I try and have sound in one room. I can spend all
Now,
my money on that sound. You know what I mean?
And Floyd spreads it around the house. Well, on that, well, not on that note, but this week we actually had we have a bit of good news. We have a small bit of good news. I'll tell you why I think it's good news. So our favorite minister, Lindiwe Zulu, it's she that's famous for leaning out behind things and taking pictures, right? So she's always like leaning out behind a bush or leaning out behind a pillar or leaning out through a doorway, and someone's taking a picture of her like leaning out sideways, like hi.
yeah.
Is it like this? I want to do it right. Oh, sure. Like, how do
Yeah,
you, oh, crap. Oh,
yeah, and
I'm not a minister.
she was the one who sat in the water cannon when they nailed the Sasa pensioners in Cape Town earlier this year, wasn't it? I think it was her. I can't remember. It was such a
I,
stuff.
yeah.
So she withdrew that green paper, that social security green paper, the one where they said
With the social
we want
fund.
to take 12% of your income and we'll manage your money for you so that we have welfare for like obviously, no scam there. No scam there. I think I've seen less well disguised scams from Nigerian 419 people on Facebook than
I'll
which
take a
they
411 scam any day, man, over that.
I
So
mean
can people
yeah.
who can pay their salaries manage your money?
Oh. I didn't
That's
see that one coming. But
yeah,
that hit hard.
that
That hit hard, Floyd. You be throwing them jabs
that
today, boy.
that
Yeah.
burn we need some burn shield for that. But but for those who missed that reference, how many months have the ANC been unable of paying the salaries of their own staff?
You know what? I work there. Those people. There's one actually. There's an answer to that. Those people benefit. It tells us now that all their money came from corruption. So their sponsors were Edwin Sodi. Their sponsors were the Guptas. They had these sponsors, and those people are no more. There's no money. There's like zero.
But I think they also screwed themselves as well when the whole party donation legislation changed.
Yeah, they
Because
did. They did. Did that actually change?
I think there were some amendments to it that kind of sort of caused them to shoot themselves in the foot, which was not very clever. But hey,
Well, look, apart from that, so the people who can't pay their own salaries wanted to manage your money. So that green paper got withdrawn. And one of the main reasons it got withdrawn is because the public outcry against it was very strong. So the DRSA submissions process is where the majority of it came from. I think it was about 22,000 individual submissions on that. And about 99% of them opposed the bill or the proposal in its entirety. And that's why I keep saying to people, like, your voice does matter. You do have power. Yeah. And that's exactly why it was so important, why we needed to get that 151,000 submissions. Well, it's probably more than 151,000 submissions in total, but 151,000 through DRSA on the proposed Firearms Control Act amendments. I'm betting money that those amendments are going to disappear. And let's be honest, they're not going to disappear forever, because our government will never, ever, ever let a bad idea die. It will only die if we make it absolutely impossible for them, just as they're backpedaling on EWC now, to push it through, which means we've got probably a couple of years that we've got now to get more people armed. Because the more people we get legally armed, the more people there are that have invested emotional and material interest in keeping their guns, the stronger the opposition against this bullshit becomes. So the best thing we can do is expose as many new people to the world of firearm ownership and then get them trained and equipped. And that's why I kind of want to Themba here, because he's busy with a really cool project on that right now. But you guys are also privy to it. So maybe let's talk about that. Floyd, Kgofu, what's the plan there? Themba is on the range. I'm seeing lots of chicks with guns shooting at targets. It's looking fantastic. That's amazing. That's exactly what we need.
If you want to get guys in the range, get hot chicks in the range. You know, that's
this is true.
That's definitely going to change the whole landscape. But I just want to sort of, I know, before I make another different point, I know there's an event happening at Tactical HQ this coming Saturday. So it's the first 5 ladies and the first 5 gents, get them for free, get 250 rounds, I think, get a bit of range time. So that's obviously to get more people armed, which big up to Themba. I think Themba has pushed quite a lot in terms of getting guys, on the range, getting guys armed, and he's done so much in terms of contributing to growing the pool of legally armed civilians. So guys, spread the word. It's going to be at Tactical HQ. It's going to be on Saturday. I think they've got a new shop now at Fourways Mall in the basement. You should be able to find it easily on Google, Fourways Mall. Tactical HQ, come through, let's have fun. I'm going to push to be there myself, just to sort of try and join in and help out the guys and just, get everyone informed. And I think that's important, each one teach one. It's sort of that sort of thing. Ultimately, we are the only ones who can spread the message. News 24 is not going to do it for us. Facebook is going to try and block us at every turn.
Oh, absolutely. And eventually Facebook is just going to chicane any form of gun community.
And then we go to MeWe,
No, you know what, that's another topic we can. I don't want to interrupt this discussion with that. Let's circle back to the social media one later. But so it's a tactical HQ. Themba's got it going. It's this is a brilliant initiative, because I get emails every single day of people going, I've never shot guns before. I really want an intro, but I don't know where to go. And I'm not always available to arrange this sort of stuff. So having dedicated events that have no frills, no fuss, just pitch up and we'll help you. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. And I know he wants to bring it to Cape Town. And already volunteered. I said, look, when the time's right, which is hopefully soon, let's just do it. Let's advertise it, not make any excuses. But that's fantastic, guys.
Sorry. You go on, Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, look, I've seen even some of the people on his comments that on his Facebook post that people asking him when can you bring this to Durban, So clearly the message out there is very good. It's just up to us. The sky's the limit. How far can we get the message across? and I've seen people that would Flora Guns used to do it. Dave Share Guns used to do it. What's this other one? Safari Outdoor does it, where you can hire a firearm and all of that. They take you through the basics. I think it's something that we need to do. We need to take it out there. We need to support Themba, support Technical HQ. And that's that. And hence we had the discussion
Sorry,
about
guys,
those.
can I just 2 seconds? I'm coming.
Okay.
Carry on, Floyd.
Yeah, and he's going for a refill.
Priorities, right?
So hence we spoke about the awareness out there, and part of the awareness could be those stickers. Like today I'm speaking about a sticker. The other week, 3 weeks ago, we spoke about these stickers. Just awareness, hands off our legal firearms. That's something that I would like to see us touch base on that, and open the platform to the people who are on this platform to see what do they think of this, how can we get the message across, and also to look at that. I'd love to see us get the bikers on, get everybody. Let's take the protest to the union buildings. What's stopping us? Say hand off our legal firearms. And
that's what I'm so glad you brought that up, because for those not in the loop, Floyd and I had this discussion about not bumper stickers. It's like licensed disc holders, but that on the outside of the disc. So your disc is sitting here, and then you've got a part of it that sticks around the disc, and that there is printing on there that has a message. And I think one of the things we wanted to print on there was hands off my legal gun or something similar. So it's small and discreet, but still legible. What did you want to put on there, Floyd? Because I got a quote, and we could get those stickers for a price where we could retail them for, I don't know, 15 to 20 Rand a sticker or less. And people could have one, and has a message on it.
So what I would like to see happen there is to get gun shops involved. So you go to a Safari Outdoor, they have this sticker that you can buy, or they can give it to you after whatever purchase that you've had. You can put it on your disc or on your windscreen, or you can put it on a bumper. Even if it's on a bumper, wherever it is. And then I remember when I was still working for a gun shop, or still at Red's Range, we had these stickers that said "Gun-free South Africa, suck my Glock." We had gun-free. We had a whole lot of stickers, so those type of stickers, just to make the people that that it's an awareness we're creating. This is what we're fighting for, and we're gonna get there whether you like it or not.
Exactly. It needs to be a strong, positive message. We don't surrender. We don't retreat.
Yeah, and one of the other things that I also thought, and unfortunately Themba is not here, but I wanted to bring it up when Themba is here, to have a gazebo at a place like Maponya Mall, where it was defended by the community, to encourage them to arm, have a gazebo, they have a small table there, and just give information on how to get yourself armed and give away the stickers, to motorists and people, and just to get the feeling. And have a petition there, people signing that petition physically, and then we would scan the petition and email it to whoever it needs to get to.
I think this is a great idea. Brilliant idea. I mean, I'm definitely game for that. I would love to be a part of something like that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to be a part of anything else, but I'm just saying, that's a great idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more, I like to think of, the network marketing guys, Herbalife and all that stuff. Those guys have got thousands and thousands of members, and the model is simple. I tell Floyd. Floyd is going to go tell Gideon is going to go tell Themba. You know what I mean? And that's how they pretty much get the ball rolling. And that's how they build the thousands. We unfortunately don't have the budget of your big companies where we can just drop hundreds of thousands on national TV ads or billboards. And the only thing we have right now is social media and word of mouth. And that's what we got to sort of always milk. We got to make sure that we utilize that. And that also means, face-to-face activations. Going to a mall, like what Floyd is saying, speaking to the guys, telling them, you know what I mean? And getting word out there, informing the guys, and you know, and just making sure that we pretty much get word out there, because sometimes guys just need a little bit of that push.
Exactly.
I just actually want to shout out to, is it Francois, who said he just got his gun this Monday?
That's it. That's Francois.
Well done, Francois. Keep it up. This better be the first of many, And I hope you're telling all your friends to get guns as well.
So that's it, Kgofu. It's we need to start using those grassroots networking structures, and the more people. So Richard, thank you. Actually, that would not be a bad idea. If you wouldn't mind, maybe just dropping me a message at this email address, because I think getting something off the ground to keep the pressure up. So with the DRSA campaign, we are still busy compiling the executive summary of it. It's 151,000 submissions. There were a lot of cases. There were a lot of cases of people who said they're in favor of the amendments. They clicked the wrong option, but then they comment like 5 paragraphs in detail explaining why they oppose it in full. And you kind of have to incorporate that into your explanation as to why those votes exist or why those selections exist. So it's taking a bit longer than anticipated, but again, it's a massive data set. The overwhelming majority of people rejected the bill in its entirety. They would be absolutely stupid to try and push it through. I mean, not that they won't try. The only thing that's going to stop them is us as a community telling them to go fuck themselves, for want of a better expression.
In actual fact, Gideon, sorry, I just want to jump in there. I mean, I was watching some channel today. I think it's Collion Noir, and he was saying that Biden has now appointed one of the directors for the CDC, and they want to sort of fund the CDC and get them to oppose or classify, sort of push for the whole gun control thing, but under sort of medical reasons. That they want to sort of term it as.
They're trying that attack again.
You know what I mean? Oh. And best you believe, I think the US is always going to be a good indicator of what might come our way in terms of gun control. And we don't want to put it past our government to say they might actually even copy something like that. And in actual fact, I think China will probably be a very good example in terms of, because the ANC loves China, they love the whole communist thing, and I think it would be very interesting to actually look at how did China get to a point where, they pretty much took away a lot of the guns. They did all the guns from the populace. And we need to obviously use that as a means to sort of also plan our sort of defense and our attack. In actual fact, not defense. We need to actually be sort of preemptive in terms of what's going to happen. It's very important that we do that. Because the submissions, 150,000 odd submissions was great. But by no means, we know what happens. You and I have seen that, and I'm sure Floyd has seen this. They try and push something through. There's backlash. They put it off. You know what I mean? After a few years, they try and push it through again. So we need to get to a point where they don't try and push anything. I don't think they're going to try and push the social fund again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how do we get to that point as we as firearm owners can actually comfortably say that, you know what, we got what we wanted, and they're not going to try and push some dodgy things through. You know what I'm saying?
I think exactly the same thing that Themba also did when he cornered them outside Maponya Mall, and he gave it to them both barrels and said, Richard, it's .co.za. It's a case of, telling them straight, leave our guns alone. there is a point where one can still be diplomatic with politicians, but sometimes you have to be straight to them and say, we're not going to surrender our guns. If you seriously want to try to come take them, it's going to get very, very ugly, and people are going to die because of it. Because there's a lot of us, in fact, the majority of us, are not peacefully just going to surrender them. So you can either see us as a national security asset, which is my next topic, but go Kgofu.
I was actually going to say, I think we need to obviously also realize the gravity of the situation. And let me put it into perspective. We still having service delivery issues till this day. We've got certain townships, certain villages. I come from a village. I was born in a village. We have not had proper running water for probably the past 15 years, right? And we fall under one of the municipalities that's being ill run, and we still have protests where guys are going and picketing and protesting and burning tires and burning shit, right? As much as we judge those guys and say, they're burning schools, they're burning libraries and public facilities. And when you're hungry or when you don't have running water, school doesn't become very important. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? We don't want them to burn that, but that's unfortunately the sort of route they take.
Well, that's the reality of it, whether we like it or not.
And even with those challenges and the protests, those guys are still having service delivery issues. Now, what I'm trying to highlight is the magnitude of the problem and the amount of work that has to be put in going forward. This is not just going to be a submission thing on DSA and maybe a bit of range time there and there, a bit of social media posts. It's really going to be a whole process of everyone putting the shoulder to the wheel on a daily basis and making sure that we oppose and we push for our own amendments that we want that are pro firearm owners. You know what I'm saying? Unless if it happens that somehow when we get a new government that's pro-gun, but until that happens, we need to get to a point where we are sort of pushing. You know what I mean? We need to stop being reactive. We have to be proactive. We have to be proactive. You know what I mean?
We want a cultural shift. And I think to a degree, that cultural shift is happening. So what's the saying? Events trump debates 99 times out of 100. And that's kind of what happened. So we had that thing on our group where it said Gauteng Vispol has issued instruction to station and cluster commanders to mobilize their community patrollers and community policing structures. That was prior to the 23rd of August, predicted flare-up of riots and protests version 2.0. So that's already a massive change from what we previously saw. The man of the moment's also arrived. So before we get Themba to talk, because I want him to unpack a bit more about this project, we've had.
Hey, look at him! He's in the red light district, eh?
That's in the range.
How's it, Themba?
What's up, gents?
Good, man.
I'm expecting you to speak in that very white voice, like with you in the dark and everything. Hey guys, type thing. How you doing, buddy?
All good, gents. And yourself?
No, we're good, man. Good, yeah.
Why that very white voice?
I'm busy fighting. I don't know. Maybe these are the effects of resisting the jab.
What are you resisting?
Why am I resisting?
What are you resisting?
The jab.
Oh, the jab.
You are like me.
This is my jab. I'm getting jabbed left, right, and center right now.
I'm after COVID. I'm still resisting.
I'm sure that Mace is finished now, Gideon.
No, there's still a little bit in there. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And I resist differently. I've got a bit of coke.
Oh,
Okay.
look at
Or
you.
I was hoping you'd say that's
Oh,
cherry Coke or
you're gonna
something
have a
special.
sugar rush. Oh, it's so sweet.
Nah, that's for traffic cops.
Oh yeah. By the way, it is 7:30. I'm just saying, and Themba's out there. You know.
So what are you up to?
So we were talking about you for most of the evening, and while you're here, man of the moment, we're talking about cultural shift. I was talking about Gauteng Vispol, what's it called, mobilizing their community structures and community patrollers for the 23rd. That was passed, about how gun owners are a national security asset. And then prior to that, what got us there is we're talking about facilitating this cultural change where more people get exposed to guns. And we talked about your project. So yeah, things are kicking off this Saturday. Tell us a bit about it, Themba, the audience that have missed it. And I'd like to help get something like that off the ground in Cape Town. How's it, Pule, by the way?
Yeah, where do I start? I mean, this is not the first time I do this. I've been doing this from a minor scale. So let's say I did it with Kgofu. And yeah, we did it big. So because of work commitment, I kind of set back a bit, and I decided you'll be aware that actually not one but two of my friends passed away recently. One is a guy that literally got me into firearms. The other is a guy that I just gotten into firearms. So these were two of my very best buddies. And, one of the things that we always said we would do was we would go to the range. And we didn't get to do a lot of that together. And I figured, you know what, I want to go to the range. And I want my people to come and join me. And the good guys at Saga reached out and said, hey, we want to be there too, but we can't be there physically, so we're going to be there in goodies. So they sent me a couple of goodies today to say, please give goodies to the ladies. And
I saw the goodies. The goodies look very good. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, you better be there for the goodies, and the shooting,
Yeah. So besides that,
multifaceted event.
Besides the goodies, they said to me, okay, since you want to go shooting and you've got guns and you've got friends with guns, we're going to buy you ammo. So I was like, great. And then the good guys at Tactical HQ said, okay, if you're bringing people and guns, we'll give you a range for free. So yeah, things just turned out like that.
And I think you mentioned that guys need to be there before 9 o'clock. I think the first five ladies, right? Before 9 o'clock.
10 ladies. Remember, this is being done in memory of two of my boys. So me and the other two of my boys, like we're good with the ladies, So we wanna, given GBV and ladies, Women's Month, we figured let's do something for the girls mainly, but let's not leave out the guys as well, because guys love pew pew too,
That's the thing.
Pew is the way to go, guys. Pew is life.
So please, yeah, Themba, please send me any marketing material of this stuff. Please send it to me. I'd like to as far as I can. Otherwise, just me what, where, when, and I'll just make something quickly tomorrow and just post it everywhere I can.
Here's the fun thing about this. This is very informal. It was not something that
exactly
took a board meeting and directors and shareholders and what have you. There were no penguins involved. It was just gentlemen reaching out to say, dude, we like what you're doing. We've got a few bob in our back pocket. We're gonna throw it your way. And I said, okay, if you throw it my way, I'm gonna shoot it downrange. And some guy said, hey, I've got the range.
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
It is. It is exactly like, an unplanned party. Have you ever seen an unplanned party, how it comes out? It's much more, there's more fun than a planned party,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
There's
Someone
like
just
two cars parked outside, but 2,000 people inside.
correct, and it takes us back to that stuff that we spoke about, having an expo at Maponya Mall, just getting the feel of the people, get them to sign the petition, get them to see get the feel of online. Not everybody can be here on this
Floyd.
platform.
That's where I'm going next, actually.
I'm here. I support you. I'll be with you. We're going to have a gazebo at Maponya Mall. People will sign the petition. We'll get people to talk. We'll get people just to touch and feel. You'll even see with this group, even on our WhatsApp group, we not. There's only one guy who types. It's Kgofu. So Gideon, myself, and Themba, it's just voice notes. So you can tell at what grade did we get to.
Exactly.
I don't want to turn people on. That's why I don't send voice notes. I just want to be safe.
Okay.
Like
I'm trying to be safe like that.
Most people hate voice notes. I love them because I can listen to them and put the phone down. I don't need to read. I don't need to type. It's so convenient. And if you speed them up, the guy's voice sounds like a chipmunk. So it's amusing to me as well.
True.
Yeah.
One guy. Kgofu is an intellect. I remember one guy sent an SMS to a WhatsApp to his wife and said, "I wish you were here." He was at the club and the wife wasn't there, but he forgot the E, at the end of the here. So, I wish you were here.
No, dude, my wife would kill me right now. My wife would kill me, like super, super kill me. You know what I mean?
And the wife rocked up at the club. He was like, "What's going on?" It's like, "I wish you were here."
Imagine. That is like bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah. So Themba, I'm for you. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Or of the platform, I'll give you my 100% support where I can, and even where we can get other people, other businesses. The people of Maponya Mall. Why that? They can chip into this. Maponya Mall was defended by the very same guns. So let's do this and let's go and let them support this idea. Let's get those bumper stickers out. Let's get those disc holder stickers out, and let's get the message across. There's so many people of Soweto who don't know where to go, but the idea is the same.
Yeah. I mean, I've since gotten calls and messages from Durban, from Cape Town, from Mpumalanga, people saying, I wish you were coming here. I wish it was closer. I wish you were doing something here as well. So I said, look, I'll stretch it out. I mean, if I'm saying I'm going to do a road show, why not a national road show?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I think, and just to sort of, put it out there, and I know, Themba, you've always sort of been able to deliver on your word. It's only a matter of time till the whole euphoria hits Cape Town, Mpumalanga, Durban, you know what I mean? So guys, just bear with Themba. It's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming. And the beauty about those areas is that when it comes there, it's going to be even better. It's going to be perfected. It's going to be bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Advantage of this platform, guys. One thing that could make this even easier, because look, I'm just doing this with a little help from so and so wherever, but it's mostly and mainly just me. Sponsorship and support of any kind, guys. Please, I saw one guy saying, if you keep streaming, I will join you and offer another 5 with guns and ammo. Right, Kevin, thank you so much.
Yeah, Kevin, woke up, Tactical HQ, Saturday. We
need more support.
Definitely.
And yeah, the guys at Tactical HQ, I'm sure they're shitting their pants right now thinking of how packed it's going to be, because they're watching closely all the response we're getting. I mean, you saw Khidi on Twitter. We went ablaze with one share. It's the same on the other platforms, from Instagram and Facebook. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm getting a lot of feedback. Yeah. I mean, the group that we started about a month ago is sending at like almost 20K now.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like this is resonating with people, and I think the angle that's worth taking, and it's exactly what you're doing, is you're looking at it as a manner of empowerment. I think women. Look, I'm not a woman, so if there's a woman on the stream, or if there's a woman watching this, and you want to call me out for talking nonsense, please abuse me in the comments. I promise I'll read it. But
trapped in a man's body.
Hey, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. So if I were a woman, I would be fairly sick at this point in time of being told how vulnerable I am, how weak I am, how completely at the mercy of violent men I am all the time, and my only hope in hell of not living in perpetual fear is if we can just get the men to change. Versus a message where someone says, fuck that noise. We're going to empower you to be dangerous. We're going to empower you to be very difficult to kill or rape. And at a high risk of the person trying to do it. And we're going to equip you with the skills, the attitude, and the tools to be an extremely, extremely bad choice in victim. In fact, a dangerously bad one. And that it's very simple. If more women were empowered to shoot murderers and rapists, there'll be a lot of fewer murderers and rapists walking around. It's not rocket science.
It's amazing. It's amazing how the fucking government will choose, when it comes to GBV, will try and take a stance to say, look, we need to have a conversation with the men, the perpetrators of GBV. I don't see anyone having a conversation with the fucking coronavirus right now. No. You know what I mean? People are being armed with the jab and all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't know. Why are we taking the same approach with GBV? Let's arm the women. Let's give them something they can jab with. Someone, the force multiplier that they need. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. We need to call it for what it is. And it's a bunch of horse shit that women are being sold a whole fucking, pile of baloney, about how they can protect themselves. We all know that police stations are ill-equipped to handle, GBV cases and protect. I mean, how many of us have tried to phone a police station in the past couple of days or months or even a year and have actually gotten through, And it reminds me of that saying, that says, a gun in hand is worth a whole police force on the phone.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Just so you know, I haven't stopped fighting crime. As the reason why I didn't start with you guys, I'm getting calls that should be going to the police. They're coming to me.
Yeah, boy, you better be doing the Lord's work right now. I hope you're doing something about this.
Actually, a lot of them are from.
And so we can easily say Themba for police commission. You get the job and you do well there.
A lot of people have said. A lot of people have always played around with old Themba for president. And I don't like that. But the police commissioner one, any day.
Yeah,
we need.
I think you're overqualified, though, Themba. I think you're way too overqualified. That's the problem.
We need people with brains there. We need guys like Themba, not those clowns.
We don't need a new headquarters.
If I were a police minister, I'd make sure that women get sanitary towels and guns every month. They get their towels. Every time they turn 18, they get their guns.
Okay, it sounds like you're discriminating because I also want a gun every month. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You know, I'm also at risk.
Whenever you experience period pains, you let us know. We'll get you something.
Yeah. What about emotional and physical pain? That's what I experience.
We can't cover that. You've got a whole police force on the phone for that. They seem to be good at that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I've never been able to get my police station anywhere near my house, you know, for that matter. In actual fact, I mean, whenever I go jogging around the neighborhood, you know, I always know that I have to take my piece with me. Luckily, I've got a small little tiny gun that I can, you know, take on my gym trips and my running trips. You know, and my wife was shocked the other day when I showed her, because someone was telling us that, you know, a particular set of robots, people get their phones snatched and people get robbed. And I was saying, you know what, it's unfortunate, but let's just go running. I've got my firearm with me. And you realize that if people can be getting robbed, or if people are getting robbed at an intersection, and what does that tell you? That's the last place that people should be getting robbed, because of the amount of traffic that's happening.
Exactly.
It should be a given that the police should either be around, or the public should beat your ass up if you're a mugger. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not the case. Clearly, it's free for all at that intersection.
Criminals are feeling more and more empowered every day with less firearms in the right hand. So until we turn that around, we will not change. It's going to get worse.
Do you guys remember when Bekele was the police commissioner? I just want to take you back to a very interesting time. When Bekele was the commissioner of the police, before the headquarters deal that went sour. Do you remember how criminals were so scared of him? I mean, he put a lot of criminals out of business. And it kind of makes you wonder what happened.
Funny enough, you're saying you've never been able to bring the cops to your house. A short story. On the 2 occasions that the cops had to come to my house to inspect my safe, I had to go pick them up in my car and drop them off and buy them lunch.
As if paying tax is not enough, man.
The other time, a friend of mine wanted to submit an application for a firearm. So we went to his DFO. His DFO did not have transport to take all the paper, because there was a lot of paperwork. He said they didn't have a car to take it to the provincial office. So we went to the provincial office. At the provincial office, it was the same nonsense. I ended up having to drive them to CFR, spend 3 hours there.
I mean, how ridiculous is that? Sorry, Gideon, I think Kevin, can you give Kevin your email address so that he can get in touch with you regarding...
Perfect. And then I can get you two guys to talk 100%. Yeah, just pop me an email, Kevin, and we can take it from there.
Then we can get Kevin out on Saturday at Tactical HQ. And I just want to say, guys, all the guys that are listening right now, all 32 of you, it would really be great to actually have you at Tactical HQ and see you and meet you in person. You know, let's bring your friends. You know, let's get this thing, you know, snowballing. Let's get the ball on the road. Let's make sure it blows up big. You know, I want everyone taking pictures on that day, posting on social media. That's how we get word out there. That's how we solidify the whole movement. You know, it's not by us just sort of sitting back and hoping that some miracle is going to happen. You know, it takes everyone in the community participating, telling friends, and coming out on Saturday.
You know, I'm glad as well that Tactical HQ is providing the space, because there's also the other part that we hardly ever speak about, because all of us here know what to expect when you walk into a gun shop. Tactical HQ is one of the few very friendly spaces. You walk in and you have no idea, or you've never had any gun even next to you in the same room as you, and you don't feel like you don't belong, you know. So the guys there are great, and I hope that a lot of new people, it's okay to have a lot of people who just like shooting, but I'm hoping we attract a lot of people who haven't even held a gun, especially the type of people like the few people have been taken to the range for the past 3 to 4 weekends who had initially said to me, I hate guns. I would never. And they walk out of there thinking, so which one should I buy? So those are the people.
And then they show you a Z88 Vector. I agree with Pula there. Pula is very right. We love Aziza. We love Ziz. Ziz is one of us, you know. Big up to Ziz. That's CHS.
Yeah, and I'm apparently not too bad either. Just so.
Pula is
Why are you guys sitting in the dark? What's with the candlelight very wet thing?
So I'm going to tell you why I'm as low energy as I am tonight. So I was on a range that wasn't very well ventilated with 3 students, and they did the combo manual, so they shot everything. And by the time I got home, I think the fumes got to me because my head
you were going to say they were farting.
No, the fumes. Like I've got the splitting headache, and all my light. I'm trying to figure out which light gives me the least amount of headache, but just because they're all in my face, and it's actually just killing my vibe completely. I feel like a train wreck.
This one, you look like you've got a nice pen. The other one makes you look pale.
Yeah, I think you should switch them off for BE purposes.
Oh wait! So you're telling me I need to go proper dark, like that?
Yeah, that's level 1. Switch it on now.
Yeah, no, that's level 2. Don't do that.
Now that's level 4. You know.
Okay, so this is bad. Candle at dinner with Floyd. What a nice Thursday evening.
I can see you.
So just for interest, Tactical HQ, whereabouts is it, guys?
Forward Mall.
No, not yet at the mall.
Are they still on Waterford Center?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me try and get the address quickly, and then I'll just punch it in quickly, so that we can get the right address. Tactical HQ. I think it's Douglasdale.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's an opposite the police station.
Yes. That's the one.
Okay.
So what we'd like to see happen today is, Gideon, if you can post your email address, anybody who has ideas on how to put on the speakers, and people who would like to help with funding the speakers, just they can hit you up on that email address, and people who would like to contact Themba. And also, Themba, I would really appreciate you to share that page that you were on, where you were calling people to order this afternoon, so people can hit us up there, and well done on that page. You're doing very, very well, and you're answering most questions and all of that. I don't go and respond to your answers because you've already given the answer, so I just like the answer. But us do that and meet at Mafuja Mall one day, do it on Friday, do it on Saturday, and we can take it to focus area as well. Just so that people see that it's not actually white people pushing for this agenda only. Everybody's pushing for it. It can happen at Southgate as well. Southgate is a very, very, very busy mall with a lot of people.
But just check your connection quick for your headset, because I think we're losing your sound a bit. Yeah. So just check if your headset's plugged in all the way into the phone.
Yeah, it's plugged in. I bought new headset. You made me buy it.
There we go. That's way better. Now your soothing baritone voice has returned. Just say exactly what you said again, please. For the benefit of people that are hard of hearing like me.
All right. So what would like to see happen is that Vivian, you post the email address, people who can contact us regarding those ideas about the stickers and all of that. And I would want to see myself and Themba and Kgofu, if you can help push this agenda in Maponya Mall, Southgate Mall, those malls, so that people get to see that it's not about white people only pushing this agenda, but everybody else,
It's multiracial. I agree. I agree.
There's people who want to do stuff out there, but they don't even know where to start, So if we're going to have a taxi, now a taxi driver say, hand off my Norinco 213, let it be, if you're gonna have a guy say, hands off my 77B, let it be, let's do it, and let the guys feel free to communicate. And Themba, well done on that platform. You're calling people to order, and let's keep on pushing.
Yeah, fun fact. So I go and prepare to renew my Section 13 because it expires in December. So I get there and they give me 2 forms. So I realize the other one is for renewal of my competence.
So I'm not surprised.
I then asked, why am I renewing my competence? He said, no, because your license expires together with it. I said, okay, fine. You do realize that I've got other licenses.
Yeah.
So, but you are renewing this one. So I said, well, you are saying I'm not, if I have to renew this one, it means I'm not competent for the other guns. Then I read the second paragraph printed on the actual competency. And this is why I was expecting resistance and arrogance. And dude sits with me and he asked me to read it to him again very slowly and explain the whole thing. And he says, oh, okay, you're actually right. Toss that off. Let's just renew your firearm. I'm going to stop costing myself a whole lot of paperwork. It's so unnecessary. If people have one gun, I'll understand. If people have more guns, I must just find out first. So that was...
There you go. Well done.
And imagine you've literally just helped a whole community with just your DFO.
I hope so, because I've gone on pension last week.
I mean, you can imagine a DFO who handles 100 applications on a daily basis. And if 50 of those are renewals, and guys with sort of competencies that haven't expired because they've got a Section 15 or a Section 16. Now if he doesn't know, he's going to cause himself quite a lot of grief. If he knows.
There's also additional grief because these security companies are forcing people who don't have firearms at all to renew their competencies every 5 years. So this is also another contributing factor to the shit show that is happening at the CFR. Because everyone in the security industry, if you check on that page, right, everyone, they're actually fighting me because there's a lot of cognitive dissonance where people believe my DFO and my employer told me this, and I said to them, I'm not telling you this. It's the law. It's here. Read what's written on the piece of paper you've got. It says so. I pull everything from OSA pages to Saga to Paractus, to Martin Hood's pages about the validity of competencies, and no one believes me.
Yeah, and I think the law is a very difficult thing to interpret, even for the average human being. I mean, a good portion of it is written in a bunch of Latin horseshit. And you, I mean, all of us on this platform have probably read the FCA quite a number of times. And there's days where you sit back and you think, oh shit, I need to refer back to the FCA just to make sure that I'm on the right track. So now you can imagine the normal man on the street who doesn't know that, who is being told by his boss that he needs to go and renew his competency.
Yep.
And then now put that together with a DFO who knows fuck all. All he knows is that he needs to give you a 517G or is it a 271G, for you to fill in, and then he's going to come and do an inspection next year. That's all they know. They don't have a passion like we do for guns.
Also the
They
cops,
just there to do their job.
there's
You know?
also the cops on the street that call me to ask, what do I do if I find someone with spent cartridges in their car? What do I do if I find someone fully loaded with hollow points? You know, I have to explain this to law enforcement officers from on a regular basis.
The law is hard for begging. What are they?
Exactly.
Yeah, but at least he knows stomach in, chest out, guys. Come on, give him something.
Well, there you go. I think that's a brilliant, as we hit the 1 hour mark, a brilliant way to leave our audience. So stomach in, chest out, guys. But seriously, it's been a great chat. I think important, if you're in Gauteng, get to Waterford Shopping Centre, Shop 6B, lower level, Marine Street, 4 Ways, Johannesburg, for this thing at Tactical HQ.
It's opposite the Douglasdale Police Station. The
Opposite the
shopping center.
Douglasdale Police Station. Go get some newbies there, go make use of it. And make noise.
To the guys, you know, guys, feel.
Sorry, Themba?
I think they make nice coffee there at Tactical HQ.
Okay, so you see, so there's every reason to go there. And guys, feel free to take your partners, your spouses to the range. You know, show them what it's all about. You know, bring kids. You know, you've seen pictures of my son. He's 18 now. Can't remember how old he was at that time when he took that picture sent to the group. You know.
It's the firearm owner's very own Joburg Day type of thing.
Yeah.
And Glock 19 will be performing. Glock 19 will be performing. Just need to mention, you know, he's gonna be there full force. P226 is also joining in. You know, killer performance.
Nice one, Themba.
You know what I mean? 19X is gonna throw in one song, you know, give a taste of the new album.
And on that bombshell, everyone, thank you. We will be back next week. I'll actually market this a bit better so we can get some feedback about what happened at Tactical HQ, how we're going to bring this thing to the Cape, and where else we're going to take it. Now we're going to make it bigger, because it's not an event. This is part of a movement. We're all part of a movement now, people, and we're here to change the culture and create a new one. So
any organization being better than any other. This is about the entire movement. This is about we the people, as we say.
I just want to make an example. You know, I'm a jazz guy, right? I love jazz. And I want to make an example to the guys out there how big this can be. You know, a lot of guys would have heard of, you know, some of the jazz clubs in New York. You know what I mean? And you look at how, like the Village Vanguard, one of the most popular jazz clubs in New York. And you look at how the Village Vanguard is currently being celebrated. You know, where you had a lot of the greats playing there, your John Coltrane, you know, your Miles Davis. Guys, you know, decades from now, we need to have guys looking back on these broadcasts at the events that were happening at GOSA, at the events that were happening at Tactical HQ. And our kids and ourselves, when we are bloody old and walking with sticks, we need to be able to point and say, we were fucking there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well said. Well said.
Well said.
Yeah. Awesome.
Folks, on that bombshell, thank you so much for tuning in. See you all next week. And I'm going to be in touch with the three of you, though. I want to see pictures and during action reports from Tactical HQ. And I'll punt it some more tomorrow. Let's make it big and see everyone next week. Have a lekker rest of the Thursday night.
Have a great evening, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you, everyone.
See you on Saturday.
Keep banging. Cheers.